Big news coming in from Russia that Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev has submitted his resignation to President Vladimir Putin. Russian news agency is reporting that Putin thanked Medvedev for his service but noted that the Prime Minister's cabinet has failed to fulfill all the objectives set for it. Media reports are also saying that Putin is planning to name Medvedev as deputy of the Presidential Security Council. The announcement came shortly after Putin's State of the Union address, where he has proposed to tweak the Russian constitution to increase the powers of the parliament and the cabinet. The Russian president has also suggested amending the constitution to allow lawmakers to name the prime minister and the cabinet members. The right currently belongs to the president.
Нельзя не считаться. Обсуждается конституционное положение о том, что одной и той Российской Федерации более 2 сроков подряд. Не считаю, что этот вопрос принципиальным, но согласен с этим. Изменить этот порядок и доверить Государственной Думе не просто согласование, а утверждение кандидатуры председателя правительства Российской Федерации. А затем по его представлению, по представлению председателя правительства, всех вице-премьеров и федеральных министров.
Herald Putin's intention of shifting into a new position to stay at the helm after his current term expires. Putin's current tenure expires in 2024. The 67-year-old president has remained at the helm for more than 20 years, longer than any other Russian or Soviet leader since Joseph Stalin. Under the current law, Putin will have to step down after his term ends, as a president in Russia cannot have more than 2 consecutive terms. And now, with Medvedev's resignation, many are speculating that Putin to the post of the Prime Minister after increasing powers of Parliament and the Cabinet and trimming presidential authority. WION's correspondent Julia Chapman from Moscow sent us this report. Listen in.
It was obviously a highly orchestrated move because nothing in Russia happens without the permission of President Vladimir Putin. And so the resignation of the Prime Minister and the government Putin to make his next moves. He did, as you said, announce today a number of changes that he is proposing to the Russian constitution that he says he wants to put to the people of Russia in a vote, possibly a referendum that could take place as early as this summer. And those changes, as you'd outlined, involve handing more power to the parliament, more power to the prime minister, and restricting some of the powers of the president, and can be in charge, and therefore putting some restrictions on any successor to President Vladimir Putin. This comes at a time when there has been an enormous amount of speculation over what will happen next, what will happen in 2024 when President Putin's 4th and final term comes to an end. He's not able, under the Russian constitution, to run again for the next presidency, but he would be able to perhaps move into a different position, and it appears that that is what he is trying to do in that process by announcing that some of the powers will be changing, the structure of the government will be changing. It's giving speculation to hints that he could be moving into the prime ministership once again. It's something he did in 2008 after his first 2 presidential terms. He stepped down, moved into the prime minister position, and allowed to be president for 1 term, after which he then returned to the presidency. But now, of course, he has been limited. He can't run for president anymore, and so he's looking for his next options, and we're starting to understand what those might be.